Whether you're a camper or a counselor, you already know camp is awesome. Swimming, hiking, camping, it doesn't get any better. But this chilled environment can also be challenging. We counselors are now the responsible adults, and many of the campers look up to us as a source of inspiration and wisdom. In return, we must set a good example, act responsibly, and above all, ensure the camper's safety. And we're not talking just about waterfront safety and first aid, but also about emotional well-being. While most relationships in camp are positive and healthy, it's our responsibility to protect our campers from unhealthy relationships and harmful affection. Yup, affection can be harmful for the camper in any relationship. Crossing certain boundaries, such as inappropriate touching or behavior, may lead to serious and long-term damage. Incidents of harmful affection occur in every community, more often than we think. Shocking, right? Kids who experience inappropriate affection often suffer emotionally. Disconnect. Experience health issues. Have difficulty in building healthy relationships. Act out. And go off the derech. For most of us, the thought of hurting a child would never even cross our mind. But how can we define what is a healthy relationship? Or the difference between positive and negative affection? How can we recognize when a child may be suffering, and how should we respond in such a scenario? These following videos will provide a clear set of guidelines which will help you ensure the well-being of your campers, protect yourself from false accusations, and become the amazing inspirational leader you were destined to be. A big part of our job is to support our campers by showing them kindness and healthy affection. But even though we're trustworthy and mature adults, well, at least most of the time, we cannot rely on our gut to tell us what's considered appropriate and what isn't. The following mandatory guidelines will help protect our campers from harmful affection and molestation and ensure everyone has a positive experience this summer. Touching a camper anywhere below the shoulders is forbidden. So, high fives, slinging your arm around the shoulder, pats on the head, upper back, or shoulder, short hugs with contact above the upper back are okay. But touching a camper anywhere below the shoulders or holding a camper on your lap are not. Non-intimate physical contact is permitted, so dancing, helping a kid get out of a canoe, emergency needs, or doing the Heimlich maneuver are fine. But tickling, causing pain in any way, long drawn-out hugs, or making a camper touch you in any way are not. Forbidden contact is never allowed, even if the child tells you he's comfortable with it. Permitted contact, however, is only healthy when a child feels comfortable with it. What feels good and healthy to one kid might feel bad and threatening to another. So be sensitive, and if you're not sure, just ask. Harmful affection is not only tied to physical contact. Boundaries must be maintained in order to ensure the affection is not intimate or showered on any specific camper. So it's totally cool to be supportive and encouraging, play non-contact sports, participate in camp activities, or lend a sympathetic ear to a camper. But you should never discuss unsneous subjects with campers or show them unsneous images. Share personal secrets with them. Become social media friends, text, message, or have private phone conversations with campers. Spend time with a camper in private, without another adult present, or out of the range of sight of others. Sit on the same bed. Sleep in the same sleeping bag or bed. Allow campers to see you undress or shower, or go into the showers or changing rooms with the campers. Take any pictures of campers in private places, or when they are not dressed, or any individual pictures of campers without their permission. But adults are not the only ones with power over children. Sometimes kids can be in a position of power over other kids. Guidelines must be applied and enforced by the counselors in relationships between two campers as well. Most of them you already know. Aggressive or abusive touching, touching each other in inappropriate places or ways, full body hugs or with private areas touching, sitting on each other's laps, taking private pictures or pictures without permission, talking about or watching inappropriate content, trying to isolate themselves with a specific camper, sharing a bed or sleeping bag, going into the bathroom or shower together. These gedorim are in place to make sure behavior in camp does not get out of control and result in harmful affection or molestation. Because even though you mean well, someone else might not. So let's keep each other in check and make sure no one puts themselves in a situation in which they could hurt a camper or be falsely accused of hurting one. So now we know about harmful affection and the guidelines that will help us prevent such trauma from happening in camp. Sadly, some of the campers we'll meet this summer will have been molested, either here or elsewhere. By staying alert, we might be able to identify when a camper has been or is being harmed, minimize the damage to them and other victims, and get them the help they need. There are some emotional signs you might notice that can indicate that something is going on. General anxiety or fear of being alone with a certain person or going to certain places, fear of going to bed or of showering or of getting undressed. Frequent nightmares, depression, anger, aggression, or sudden mood swings. The camper's behavior might also give you a clue that something's going on. If you notice temper tantrums, or if a camper keeps to himself, cries a lot, stops participating in fun camp activities, dozes off, acts much younger than his age, starts wetting his bed, or talks about things that aren't sneos, then something might be wrong. So be alert, but don't jump to any conclusions. Consult with your supervisor. Your position as a counselor is powerful, and it gives you an opportunity to make a real difference and even save a life. Be curious, show you care, and make yourself the kind of trusted adult these campers need. If a camper comes to confide in you about a violation, don't show shock, fear, or panic. Don't let them feel you can't handle the situation, even if you're not sure you can. Validate. Be caring, compassionate, and respectful. Say things like, "I believe you. I'm sorry. I am proud of you for coming to me." Reassure the camper that you are going to do everything you can to keep him or her safe and get them help in the way they need. If a child has been violated, they are probably really scared about what will happen and about people finding out. That's why it's very important to be clear and specific with them about what's going to happen every step of the way. Help give them back some of the control that was taken from them by their abuser by involving them in the process and decision-making. Ask them what they feel and what they want. Reassure them that nothing will be done without their permission and involvement. Don't discuss the situation with anyone other than the professionals in charge, and reassure the camper that you will be sensitive and discreet. This will prevent further panic and trauma. Don't tell them things that aren't true just to reassure them, and don't promise anything you can't deliver. This could only cause more damage. Remember, whether a camper confides in you or you have reason to suspect that the child's being hurt, don't investigate or try to solve the problem on your own. Trying to play one of these roles can actually cause more damage than good. Instead, report to your camp director or social worker within 24 hours. They will be the ones to manage the situation in a professional way. Remember, this is not lashon hara. It is pikuach nefesh. Helping children who have been through such trauma can be one of the highest and most important mitzvahs you can do. If you are confused or not sure what to do, here is a number to call.